So it's been a pretty long day, and I'm just gonna be doing a little broadcast from laying down on my damn couch. Cause it's like, I'm like bored. It's like, maybe I would want to hang out with a friend, but like, I'm too tired to do that. And, whew, yeah, it's just been a day, man. Like when you have those days that you were like forced to push yourself to your absolute limit. That doesn't happen to me too often, thank God, lately, but when it does, goddamn, it is harsh. So, but it's almost like I have the energy from the travails of the day just still swirling inside of me, and maybe I'm thinking through making this little vid here. I can, unleash some of these energies, transfer them over to you, perhaps. No. JK, whatever. This is optional. Don't watch it. If it starts to get too hot for you, just turn that bitch off. Whatever. I won't be hurt. But don't tell me about it either. Anyway, I kind of just wanted to do something light today. Like, not go into, like, I have actually lately been writing myself, as per usual, like, various topics to discuss in my Gmail. But, like, I just don't want to go, I don't even want to look there right now. Like, I just wanted to discuss, like, different aspects of a trend that I've been noticing in New York City, probably elsewhere too, is the see-through flat. Living in the cities for so long as I have lived here since 2008. I noticed that there's these like micro trends you could call, I don't know if that's the technical term or what fashion people would say, but I will refer to them as micro trends of these little like fashion statement pieces, like. And I mean, I think that you can kind of notice it in, like, obviously clothes, but I feel like I tend to notice it with shoes because I notice shoes in any case. Like, I love shoes. I always have. And I love noticing people's shoes. And, like, sometimes I take secret pictures of their shoes. Let me be frank. I sometimes take secret pictures of people in general if I just like the way they look. And I don't really look at those pictures later, but they're in my phone. And low key I have possessed them. I just want to remember. It's almost like I want to tell my mind, like, remember this, you know what I mean? And usually it's people with good style, or like they just look really weird. Like sometimes I just, or I don't know, I just think they're cute, like really cute. Or like, yeah, just like cute, unique, weird, and stuff. Just people that I want to remember. So it's almost kind of like a cue for my memory. Like, remember this. These people are interesting. And whatever. So yeah. What was I even talking about? That was just a detour to talk about my random taking pictures of people, but yeah, shoes. And the micro trend of the day is the see-through flat. Yes, the see-through flat. It kind of looks like a shoe that in the 90s we referred to as the Chinese shoes. I think they're like Chinese Mary Janes, and you could get them at the Chinese import shop back when literally everything didn't used to be made in China. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but there used to be these shops where you could buy like random shit from China. And kind of like your proto dollar store type of shit. Like on its way to becoming the dollar store, but like it was just Chinese stuff. And it was like very Chinese in nature. Like it wasn't like American stuff made in China. It was like Chinese stuff made in China. And anyway, it was sort of like, in a way, sort of rhymes with the army surplus store type of thing. It's like, yeah, you can get a camo backpack or whatever, this like for fashion, Anyway, like these little flats of the day, first of all, flats are back. In case you haven't heard. In case you haven't heard, flats are back. But then these ones are kind of like those China shoes, those like China Mary Janes. They were very flat. They had like a plastic bottom, like about this thin, real hard plastic of like a brown type of color. And then the top was like this kind of velveteen fabric, like a black, usually black. Black, like a black velveteen. It was just like a simple Mary Jane. And like the fabric was flimsy, you know what I mean? It wasn't like a sturdy shoe. It was in no way a sturdy shoe. But it was about the fashion, it was about the look. And similarly, these mesh shoes are kind of flimsy looking, but like have a more structural integrity than these flats that I was describing, I would say. And they're weird because like they kind of cover the foot more than those Chinese Mary Janes. They kind of like have more coverage. I guess that's the modern flat, like the contemporary chic flat of the day is one that like covers a lot of your foot in like kind of an awkward, what's that? Like that Elon car, the Tesla, like that Tesla tank vehicle, but like for a flat. I don't know what it is about this like big, cumbersome, ugly, like aesthetic that is of the day. But that's what it is. I mean, the girlies are pulling it off. I get it. It's cute. I get it. I think it's cute too. But I'm not like running to get these flats or anything. Anyway, so yeah, they come up a little higher. They are like a sheer. I wouldn't say they're completely transparent like plastic, but they're like a sheer. And you can definitely see like the entirety of the foot. And, toes and all. And everything. And it's like, okay, cool. I guess it's breezy for the summer, but I guess I just kind of wanted to make this video as like kind of, because I was like noticing these shoes around lately, and today I was just like wanted to like hold forth and opine about these shoes, basically, like just like freeze in time like my thoughts and observations, and even just about this phenomenon, just to document this phenomenon at all. Because did anyone other than fucking Marie Claire for like a hot moment, like does anyone recall that there was a moment in like 2010 where like the stacked heel was back? It's so funny. Like, I just really wonder about these micro trends in New York City versus in the whole country. Like, I wonder if there's some like hyper local micro trends, or are we just like ahead of the curve? How do we compare to other cities? How do we compare to the nation? I mean, I'm sure these like fashion cool hunter, these fashion people who decide what we wear at the store, like I'm sure that they have it all the charts and graphs and everything. They have it all ready to go. Like it's just me speculating, but there's hard data on this shit. But I do wonder. Anyway, so back to my pontifications. I was wondering, like, what is, like, why? Why now? Why now? Why is it time for a see-through Mary Jane flat that comes up a little higher than it used to? And I was like, a foot is a vulnerable thing. It's sturdy, yeah, it carries us hither and thither. We're a bipedal monkey species, and goddamn, it's an amazing so to speak, technological innovation that we've achieved, as an evolution in the evolution of us. Um, and yeah, and we are strong. Our feet are strong, but they are also vulnerable. Like there's something so like sweet and cute about like people's toes. It's like, your feet have to be strong, but they're also just like kind of ticklish and delicate and stuff like that. So I just think about this like mesh, this see-through, and it's almost like, I think it's like it's sort of representing like a desire that we have as women of the day to bare our souls. Sorry, couldn't resist the pun there. To really bare our soft parts, in this increasingly harsh world where might is right, where like people cannot stop gaslighting, where people won't apologize, where people have ceased to apologize. In this, where dating is like goddamn landmine strewn, like vicious death field, or whatever. With all this, befallen us here, we still, as women with our soft hearts, we still wish to bare our sweet little toes to the world while remaining wrapped up in like a tidy little good girl vibe of a Mary Jane. It's so many things going on, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, it's like a vulnerability. It's a strength to walk these 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 also like hardcore streets with a flat support free, barely be called a shoe. It's more like a slipper. Like that's what you're choosing to protect your most valuable assets in your body, practically your feet. So that's another demonstration of the vulnerability in the act of wearing such shoes. Is you're just saying fuck it to all that. Like, you don't give a fuck. Yeah, you're like 38 and you've chosen at this time to not wear supportive footwear. You go, girl. Like, get it. Like, look chic, okay? Dress for yourself. You know what I'm saying? So it's a vulnerability. It's like putting yourselves out there despite it all. It's a heroic act, you could be saying it in a minor way, but nevertheless. And you know what? It is chic. I think it's chic. It looks chic. Like, get it. Eat, work and all the drag queen cliches that you've got. The house down boots. Whew. Yeah, my brain is quite cloudy, so apologies if this is dumb as fuck. But sometimes when you're in that exhaustion hole, in that stress hole, in that despair, I'm not really despairing, but you know what I'm saying? I'm stressed out and tired. When you're like stuck there, it's like you don't even know what to do sometimes to unwind. You're like, shall I catch up on my Instagrams that I have missed? Like, what shall I do? Shall I do a little art? I don't know. But I like don't want to do anything. I feel like even lazy to like take a bath. So this is a way to yap and relax. And anyway, let me think of any closing thoughts of the mesh flat Mary Jane. I think, yeah, in conclusion, I just feel like, it's just a signaling a desire for the divine feminine, if you will. The vulnerability of the divine feminine. The openness, the softness, the tenderness, you could say, of the divine feminine, no matter what. Like, no matter what, rapes and pillages be goddamn. Like, we're still women. And, I'm just gonna have to, say daps to all y'all women and female identified people who are rocking this look. It couldn't be me because I need supportive shoes because I'm rapidly aging, but I live vicariously through my fashion forward sisters, and yeah, and I hope you found this mini essay watchable in any kind of way, and I'll think on this a little more. This included zero pre-planning, so it was just for fun. This is maybe a little experience, a little taste of what it would be like to be sitting across the bar from me as I wax on about something. Alright, peace.